Welcome back to our podcast At Home on the Lakeshore, where we talk about home loans with our local home loan experts at UnitedOne Credit Union. My name is Mike, and this is episode number 23. I'd like to welcome back in our local home loan experts, Carrie, Julie, Marla. Hello, how are you all doing today?
Good. How are you?
Hello, doing good.
Doing
Yes.
very well. Yeah.
Good.
I'm loving
Lovely
the
time
cooler
of year.
weather. Yes.
Yes.
Colors
Yep.
changing.
Yes, I
My
agree.
favorite.
Yeah, and football on the TV. You got to
Ooh,
like
yeah.
that playoff baseball as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's a good time of year. Good time of year.
Yes, I
You know,
agree.
put on the hoodies, maybe have a bonfire, do those kind of things. So it's still nice enough to be outside, but it's
And all
got
the
that
bugs
nice.
are gone for the most
Yes.
part because it's getting cool.
Indeed. Indeed, it is. So, today we have a topic. We're going to be talking about Arch and the specialty programs, things like equal access home ownership and the Heroes program and things like that. But before we get into that, we're welcoming Julie back to the show. And Julie, I will pass the baton back to you when it comes to the joke of the show. Do you have a good one for us today?
I do. I know I think I missed the last two, so I know people are waiting for this. So, why are jack-o'-lanterns so smart?
Something
know.
about being enlightened?
Ooh,
Is he
Good
close?
guess.
because a candle makes them bright.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Woo!
Nice.
Welcome
If only
back.
that's all it took for everybody. But
Oh, yeah, welcome back, Julie.
Exactly.
Yes,
You
welcome
know,
back.
that was sorely missed, is all I can say. And I'm sure our listeners, wherever they are listening right now to this podcast, are very grateful to have you back.
Yes, I'm
back on the
sure.
show.
I'm sure they are. My husband is happy that I don't have to share these jokes with him, that I now can share them with everybody else. So
Ah,
please appreciate.
excellent. Excellent. Hot and fresh out the oven.
True.
All righty. Well, with
Yep.
that moment of levity past, we can move on to today's topic. So, as I shared earlier, we're talking about Arch and the specialty programs that they offer, equal access home ownership, a Heroes program. I'm going to be honest with all of you experts. These are terms that are new to me. Can you share some insights and knowledge with us on what are these programs and who might qualify for them?
Of course. So Arch is just one of our private mortgage insurance companies that we work with when you're buying a house and you don't have 20% saved up. There are ways to purchase a home without putting down 20%. These companies help make that possible. And they have developed some special programs to get more people into homes and make it a little bit easier. So if you're within a certain income limit and you're buying your first home and you're going to be occupying that as a home buyer, or it will be your primary residence, there's a program called Equal Access Homeownership Program that will let you get in with a very minimal down payment. They do have some credit score requirements too. The minimum credit score needs to be at least 660 to get into the program, but it's nice to make it more accessible to purchase a home if you don't have a lot of money saved up.
True. Yep. But
It's
it is a good program. Like Carrie is saying, especially with, like she said, you don't have the money saved up, but maybe you don't have a lot of credit.
yes.
This program also allows what's called non-traditional credit. So maybe you're renting. Well, rent doesn't show up on a credit report. We would reach out to the landlord. Or maybe your cell phone is in your name. Another resource that we can reach out to the cell phone company and get how you make those payments. those are called non-traditional credit, using things that don't show up on credit reports. So this type of program also lets us use that non-traditional credit to get you qualified as well.
It's
And the
very nice.
yeah, the 1% is the minimum. You can get as low as a 1% down payment through this program. And they will allow you also to use gifts or grants for that money. A gift from an acceptable relative. There's a certain amount of relatives they'll go out to as far as who can give you that gift. But those are all things we can check out for you and see if whoever's willing to maybe help you out with the gift of a down payment would be eligible for this.
Very
So
nice.
it's a very, very good program. And then they have another program that's designed for community heroes, which community heroes, at least one, how does it work? At least one member must be currently employed, either full-time or even part-time,
Yes.
in one of the eligible professions, which is fire departments, education, federal, state, local government, law enforcement, hospitals, physicians' offices, medical practices, nursing homes, home health care, and it's anybody in those facilities. So even the maintenance, even the
EMTs driving the
EMTs.
ambulance.
Yep. The anybody that's employed by that facility that can prove that it's a medical facility or the paycheck comes from that law enforcement office or the fire department, they qualify. So that maintenance man can qualify for this program as well. And that's a program that you would need 3%. Actually, I think,
As
Terry,
little
correct
as
me if I'm
one.
wrong. I think
1%.
you can get 1% on this
Yeah.
one too, right?
Yes. The credit score criteria is a little higher. You need to have a minimum of a 720 credit score for this one. And you do have to have a minimum of 2 months reserves. But what reserves are is your whole monthly payment with taxes and insurance times two. And it doesn't have to be money that you take out. It could be just you showing us you have a retirement account with at least that much in there. They can count that towards reserves.
I love that we have these products that kind of eliminate that myth that you have to have 20% down to purchase a home. Like, this opens the door for so many people to become homeowners. So that's awesome.
And
Correct.
these programs
Yep.
work good with some of the grant programs out there that we've talked about in the past on our podcast. Um, we can always check if you're within the income limits to see if you're eligible for that DPP grant of up to $10,000 to partner up with these.
Yep.
Excellent. It's nice to have resources like this. I think a lot of folks feel that there's maybe only one or two products when it comes to buying a home or getting a mortgage, especially for first-time home buyers and things like that that maybe don't know all the different products out there. That's why it's important. If you know somebody who's getting into the market or beginning to save up or looking at owning their own home or buying a home in the next year or so, that's why you have the experts here at UnitedOne. Reach out to our team, reach out to our experts, because there might be programs that the general public just doesn't really know about, that our experts are aware of, have connections with, and could tie you in and could get into that home sooner or give you options and programs that could save you a lot of money and a lot of time and hassle moving forward. This is exciting for me because I've just now heard about this, and my wife works in the healthcare industry. And I'm like,
Yes.
I've been working in credit unions for a long time, and I haven't heard of some of these programs. So that's why it's exciting that there's these options and opportunities out there. What are some other benefits to these programs that our listeners could, should be aware of?
Oh gosh, I feel like we hit so many benefits.
I know I asked
Again,
the tough
it's,
questions, Julie.
I know,
Yeah, we kind
again,
of covered all the highlights. So
right.
I mean, we can dig deeper. It's easier when we're talking one on one with people because each situation is kind of different, and we can go through and see all the fine details of what lines up best with their particular situation.
Yeah, I think I know somebody mentioned it before. It's getting the education out there. So the myth of having 20% down truly is a myth. It's not, you don't need that anymore. There's programs, there's grants, there's so many opportunities to buy without that 20% down. And it's okay. It's,
Yeah.
sometimes it's cheaper than renting or being that first time home buyer, getting out on your own. You don't have to have that 20%. There is options out there.
And most of the time, if you have that private mortgage insurance on your loan, except for a few select programs, it doesn't stay on there for the full, say, 30 years. Once you build up 20% equity and you make your payments on time and everything's going good, you can typically request to have it dropped. Or if you forget
Correct.
about it, usually
Mhm.
when you build up, a little more equity, they drop it automatically off the loan for you.
Right.
I heard you mentioned a little bit about terms, Carrie. So I know in the documentation that you shared with us before the podcast that they can go out to 30 months, or sorry, 30 years, not 30
Mhm.
months, my gosh, 30 years on these terms for maximum. But do they also offer like 15 and 20-year loans through
Or
these programs as well?
if they qualify for the higher payment for a shorter loan term, of course, they can definitely look at a shorter loan term. It's just that most people, especially when you're buying your first home, they want to have the least expensive payment possible, so they tend to want to go out to a 30-year term and get that payment as affordable as they can, but we have different options.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on all our mortgages, there is no prepayment penalties. So to
Right.
take it out the 30 years, give yourself breathing room, get in that house, get settled, you can always increase your payment. You can always say, you know what, let's do an extra $100. Things are going really well. You can increase that at any point on a monthly basis, annually, whatever works best for you, and you can pay them off early, and there's no penalties for any of these programs as well.
And we're in an environment right now where the rate spread isn't too big between a 15, a 20, and a 30-year loan. It's different if you see like points and points between the rates, but they're all very close right now.
Okay. Excellent. Well, this has been some great information. Is there anything else that you all would want to share before we wrap up today's episode?
Don't
Just
Got
be
another joke,
afraid.
Julie?
yeah,
Just kidding.
come talk to us. Give us a call.
But yeah, come see us. Like Julie touched on, no two members' situations are the same. So it's a great thing if you're interested to sit down with one of us and crunch some numbers, figure out, what would work for you. And we have so many awesome things we could look at.
Agreed.
Excellent. And you have the experts on your side. So I don't know if we say this often enough in the podcast, but we really do have some of the best in the business right here at UnitedOne Credit Union. And even if you're not currently a member of the credit union, if you live or work in any of the 4 Wisconsin counties that we serve, so that would be Sheboygan, Manitowoc, Door, and Kewaunee counties. If you live or work or both, in any of those 4 counties, you too can be a member of UnitedOne. And it really doesn't take much. You can even apply now online and get your account all set up right with your pajamas, right from your own home if you wanted to. You're still welcome to come in as well. We also have an online application when it comes to mortgage applications as well. So any of our experts, if you're somebody that's way up in Door County or in Kewaunee and it's a bit of a drive, that's fine. You can work with us online as well and still have access to these experts. So please, if you know somebody who is going into the market for buying a new home or buying a second home or first home or whatever, but they might qualify for one of these programs we talked about, especially the Heroes program, if they work in one of those industries that Julie had shared, or if you're just wondering if perhaps you qualify, please reach out to us. That's why we're here, and our experts would be more than happy to let you know what programs you might qualify for, what options you might have, so that you have everything on the table and can make an informed decision as you move forward in the home buying journey. So thank you everyone for joining us today. Excited to have you back, Julie, and your joke, of course. And yay.
Yay!
Yes, so welcome back, and thank you, Marla and Carrie, for your expertise and knowledge on this as well. So, thank you, everyone, for listening and joining us for this episode. If you have any questions in the future, or even follow-up questions about these programs that you feel that we could go a little further into or share in a future podcast, please reach out to us. You can contact us by email at homeloans@unitedone.org. You can also follow us online. We're on social media with Facebook. We can be found at Facebook/UnitedOneCU. And we're also on Instagram with @UnitedOneCU. So thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.